Hello and welcome to another episode of SqEngineering. I'm Sprutis, and in today's episode we are continuing with the fuel system on my Supra. And like I said in the previous episode, I wasn't happy with the fuel hanger. I could have accepted it, but there were a few spots near where the fuel pump mounts that did not have any, well, it was bare steel. So I sprayed a coat of zinc primer on it. I'm not sure how it will hold up in the fuel, but we'll see. But anyway, that will take about 2 hours to dry before we can start installing the fuel pump and everything in the fuel tank. But in the meantime, these are the stock hangers. So rusty bracket, plastic clip, quite a smart solution for it, but it will be replaced with these. So these are 2 parts, actually 3 parts. We need a bracket as well. So we have AN8, AN6, 10mm stainless steel for ventilation of the fuel tank, and then brake line. So yeah, these will end up replacing the crusty old ones. So we need to make some brackets. I was thinking of using stainless steel for that. I have some scrap pieces. One man's scrap is another man's treasure. So, but yeah, I have a few. I have some more, but I do have different versions. So I need to verify the sizes so that the hose fits in them. Yeah, so I think I will get started on creating these brackets. So here we have all the material that I need. So a piece of steel already folded. So if we compare it to the stock one, this is basically the length or height that we need. And if we use my new one, then it will be something like this. And if it's required, if we need more, then we still have this lip that we can straighten out. Or if we have it in all the way out here and use this start of bend and bend it down completely to intersect here, and then just bend this down. We will see. I will anyway start with cutting these, and then I need to go underneath my Supra and see what it looks like. To see the orientation that I need, and I also need to test how easy this material is to bend. It's one thing when it's one piece, but when there are thin strips, then I think it will be easy. So I used a whiteboard marker. It has dried, so then I will measure out the width and use a scribing tool, sharp thing, and then cut along that line. So I will not use this as the lines I'm cutting along. We have a thin cutting disc, and then I also have a flat wheel to clean up the edges. And then finally some drills for the mounting holes. I have one here that's going to be M5, I think. There is material in this, so I could drill it up to 6mm. So I will see what screws I have available. And then of course some protective gear. Here we have one of the brackets with its own bracket. So we have a 6mm hole here for mounting it to the body. I drilled this to 6mm and it's going straight through. the original hole is 5 millimeters. So yeah, and I don't have long enough screws for this, so I'll hold off on that. But like it is now, it's stuck, so that's good. So I can mock these up on the car and see if it works. I'm not cutting this off yet. I'm considering having it so that I can take a plier and bend it in, just for some extra safety or something. I will cut this to length also. The distance between this 3D printed part and the hole is basically, no, I don't have it, but enough to fit a screw and a spanner. So I will test a bit under the car and also fix the rest of them. We are now underneath my Supra looking up. The differential and sway bar here. But here is a mount, and it's only got room for the fuel return and the ventilation pipe. I've zip tied the brake line to it. We have the brake line T-junction here. The rust here is from the fuel filter bracket, so it's not from the car. So I will need to replace this one as well, and I might modify one of the ones I have and make it so that it will mount here, and then it will have room for AN6 fuel return, ventilation pipe, and the brake line. That could be good, so I will try that. But we need to remove a few pipes, so this one will be removed completely from the stock fuel system. This will be my new pipe for ventilation, and the one here, so the one for the feed, that one will be removed. So yeah, I will undo a few of them. You can see them running there, and also in the middle of the picture we have a 90-degree, or actually two 90 degrees that are a bit problematic, but we have in the middle of the picture a screw hole, so hopefully I can use that to mount the bracket. Here we have the old lines that I had to remove. So the stainless one is the feed I was using, and the rusty, crusty one is the ventilation one. So I managed, oh, we had a bit of fuel in it. That's the connection between the fuel line and the soft lines, or the stock rubber lines right next to the transmission or engine mount. So it's now looking like this. So I will prepare a few brackets and just hang them in place. We will see what I do about the one that's up there. We need to also mount the new fuel filter and take care of that. So yeah, I will prepare a few more brackets. Here we have a total of 5 mounts or brackets or fuel line hangers that are ready to go on. I'm thinking now that I should cut the brackets around here. I think it will make it easier to install. I do need to clean out the bores where the lines are going. But yeah, So I will hang a few of them under the car and see how it works with the stainless line and brake line that are still left. So let's see if we can get something on tape. So I've installed 3 brackets, the ones you see next to the jack stand, and then one closer to us. Those are zip tied and adjusted. The one closer to the jack stand, I had to make a step in the vertical piece or part of the bracket, so I will need to, I think I need to do another revision on that. The one in the middle of the picture right now, the mounting hole is on a slanted surface, so 45 degrees it looks like. So I've just simply bent out the bracket for that. I think I need to, well, I need to modify it a bit more. It also got a bit crooked because what you see now in the middle of the picture, I tried to install that one, but in order to do that successfully I need to adjust the stainless pipe, and that's a bit hard to do by hand. So I will need some tools to bend it properly. But yeah, we're getting somewhere. At least we can't run the car now. That's definite. And here we have the fuel pump hanger. As you can see, we now have a zinc primer on it. This is what it looks like. So there is a lot of zinc on this, and then yellow chromatation or yellow passivization. But I think, oh, you see so when I was under the car, my Supra, I got some dirt in my eye, so I closed my eyes, scooched out, and headbutted the ventilation pipe on the fuel tank. So now I have some blood. But yeah, I think it went quite okay. And if you haven't noticed, I'm sort of skipping the GoPro stuff just to try and speed up the work process, and also trying to improve on my explanations. We'll see how that goes. So that's why I only take videos with my phone for these episodes. I think we will let the fuel pump hanger harden for a bit, or till next time. It's already quite late and I won't really be able to achieve anything if I stress it in. What we need to do is install the fuel pump in the hanger, determine which hose that we can use, the 30 centimeter one or the 45 centimeter one, and the one which I'm not using for the fuel pump will be used for the fuel return. We need to make sure that the bulkhead fittings are aligned properly, tightened properly so they seal the surface, etc. So I think we will take that in another episode. I also need to think a little bit about my fuel line brackets or mounts to make it a bit more neat. I'm not fully happy. The 3D printed part is quite okay, but I think I need to so if you look at it like this you see that this top piece right now it's more narrow than the bottom piece, but it's actually mounted the other way around. But anyway, if I on this side take a few millimeters more, then that would give me space for the head of the screw which I'm mounting this with. So that's one option. Or if I just make like a press die or something to make a step in the metal bracket. So where my finger is, we go out and then down. And do that so that the head of the screw fits. That might be nicer actually. I think if we remove more, if we remove more material from the 3D printed part, they will be fine, but why risk it? Also, if it was on the other end where we have the brake line, then it would be easier because we have way more dead space there. Another option would also be to switch places between the return and the feed. Then, yeah, we'll see. I will do a bit of thinking, and you will see what I come up with in a later episode. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe. Take care. Bye bye.